My name is Nicholas Rhule, and my position here is Community Outreach Technician. I do a little bit of everything. You kind of start out just being a shooter and an editor, but as the job progresses, you have to do other things. You have to go out by yourselves and sometimes be a reporter and the shooter and the editor. Or sometimes you might be asked to help out on the set doing some lighting or just doing editing, do a little bit of everything. There's really no average days because there's a lot of surprise days. You get here one day and it's like you're on cloud nine, and you think it's gonna be a chill day, so you wore your chill pants and your chill shoes, and you're in your sweater and you're drinking your caramel tea, and then you get hey, we need to go to this place and it's raining, and and you get there and you're out there for 2 hours shooting video. You come back, edit it, turn it around, put it on the web, get it out for television, then you have to do another package. And that's before lunch. There was like an early morning. I came in, it's like one of those chill days I was talking about. I had on my shoes, I had on my dress pants, because I usually don't wear dress pants. I wear like cargo pants, but I felt like it was a chill day. It was a Friday, so nothing's happening on a Friday. So, I'm here, I'm about 10 o'clock, the reporter comes by and she's like, hey, we gotta go, there's a plane crash. And it's like right around, it's like a few miles away from us. So it's like, we gotta go. So I'm like, okay, let's go. So I grabbed what I could, thinking we're just gonna go out there and maybe capture some footage. And we get there and it's like, the scene is wide open. They just started to block off the area. So we were like one of the first people there. We started capturing images and shooting video. And that's before we could even see the house, because it was so crazy that, everything was like smoke everywhere, and the fire guys were like shooting like foam and water, and it's like, is that because you always see fire trucks and you think they're gonna shoot a lot of water, but it's a lot of foam, and you're like, what's going on? And it's like, that's what you notice in a crazy situation, because it's like you're looking to capture images because you're there to work, but at the same time you're curious about what's happening, and that kind of helps you shoot, because you start thinking about, what's that, let me think about it a little bit longer, let me shoot it. And that's one of my, one of those memories, because it was such a cold day. I remember we were out there for like 8 hours, and I wasn't dressed to be out there for 8 hours. One of our crew members here had to come up there and drop us off, blankets and food and extra gloves and stuff like that, because, but it was one of those surreal moments where you never really think, of what happened. It was such a traumatic and tragedy. It was a bad day. It was very unexpected, and I think I'll remember that forever. It's crazy. People lost lives. You never think. You're getting up in the morning. You're having your coffee, and a plane falls out the sky. Who thinks about that? Like you're more appreciative of things. When you see a lot of crazy stuff. But that day sticks out. And there's a lot of days, but that day sticks out. When I started working here, I knew some about video, because that's what I went to school for. But I learned things that was beyond the video aspect. I learned a lot about government, because we work with a lot of government agencies. So we had to show up at a lot of government hearings and sit down for 6 hours listening to lawyers speak. After 6 hours of that, 5 days a week, you start to pay attention to what's happening in the news, and you start to become more informed about, what's really going on. And, I think it's educated me in that aspect, and that's why I kind of like it. And that's why I say it's very educational for employees. For visitors, I think that people are starting to notice us in the community and, reaching out to us, and they're learning things. So education is the thing that I think I get from this the most. Over time, I've become more comfortable with, interviewing people and talking to people that, I probably wouldn't have said anything to as a camera guy. Just go out and do your job. But, sometimes you have a question and you should ask it. And being an interviewer is a skill that I never thought I would like doing or get into, because, first of all, I don't even like how I sound. So, not liking how you sound is like a big, problem when it comes to being a on-camera or on-mic person, So it's something I'm learning, still new to it, but I do like it. As far as my career goes, it's really kind of helped shaped it. You know, I mean, I started working at MCM when I was 2 semesters from finishing college. You know, I started as a PT, and I was like super broke, you know? I was like really broke. And, you know, MCM came along and at a great time, you learn about, I mean, I'm graduating film school. So I need that experience, and it's like MCM came at the perfect time. I wasn't getting crazy hours, you know, I wasn't running out, you know, gun shooting off the shoulder, you know, E&G style. I was setting up for 21. I was coming in, you know, setting up for MWIR and learning how to do the audio and learning where the lights go and, you know, putting up lights on those ladders that you have to climb. I'm past that, but you want to keep growing. And, you know, I'm a filmmaker, and the reason why I went to film school was to be a filmmaker, and that's never going to stop. So I'm always pursuing avenues to make that dream possible. But, you know, MCM has definitely helped me get to a better point than when I was graduating college, because, you know, a lot of times you kind of have to figure stuff out on your own here, but once you figure it out, you know it so much more, and it's now your responsibility to pass it on to everyone else that works here. And that's how it kind of works, and that's great because it's helped me to teach myself a lot of different things. From, you know, I do not like editing, but I have become a great editor because I have to do it so much, you know. I have to go out at times by myself and shoot stuff and go out with reporters. It's helped me develop my shooting style, and learning and shooting and editing what I shoot helps me become a better shooter and become a better storyteller, you know. And, you know, it all works and improves, and before you know, you started out like, you know, you're just getting into the job, and now you're here, you are a professional without even knowing that you became a professional. You became a professional. There's so many nationalities here and so many different people from all over the place, and it's like a big AV club. Everybody here either likes video and audio or kind of dabbles in it somehow, and everybody gets along for the most part, you know. People here are great, and everybody is very caring, and everybody have a story. You know, some people have been here for years, 30 years, you know. Maybe not 30 years, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, you know, maybe 20s, but there's people who've been here for years, and, you know, the stories that you hear, and, you know, it's an awesome environment.